Hey, hey, hey! Welcome, boys and girls, to BubbleteaS Fun House. And if you like my shit, don't need to click and subscribe because BubbleteaS has a full-time job. So, today's will be a very long-winded video. I'll see how much information I can squeeze in 15 minutes. So, if I hit above 15, I'll stop. If it's above 15, I will stop or go slow. But I'll try to end the video on a short note though, because this thing called the YouTube analytics keep telling me that you guys don't watch more than 5, but I figured that I'm not charismatic enough to explain all my shit in 5, so I'll probably do 15. So without further ado, one more hey hey hey, let's get this shit show on the road. Okay, so today's topic before I open Notepad 2021 on 2022 is about who to choose though. So for this example, every account is different, everyone's spending level is different, so I'm just gonna give you the basic theory and you guys calculate it for your own account. So today I'm gonna do an analysis on Chris and Ayra. So they are not 50 black diamond per se, but I figured that hey, since they're free to play, it might be the most optimal way to teach you guys the shit that I want to teach. So let's look at Chris first. So Chris, this is strictly for PvP lah. So Chris gives 48 infantry attack, 48 health, and when you fully awaken him to level 4, you get 18 defense, 18 infantry health, 18 infantry attack. So let me just put it up on Notepad 2020. I won't screenshot this because I actually need Chris. So what you get for PvP only. So gonna do, I'm gonna mean I love it like that, I'm in a closer. So inf attack 48 plus what's the amount? 18. How much did this guy give? 16, 56, 56, 66 inf attack. Wait, let me check. 50. Oh my god, you guys making me really paranoid because every time I get my math wrong, my viewers will message me. I feel like I have to keep up to these expectations, man. So infantry health for again the same thing, 48 plus 18. It's a you, I got a man, I love it like that, I'm in a closer. Then infantry defense 18. Okay, so when you want to see who you should awaken to level 4, first thing you should pick out 2 that you want to compare. Or like if you're gonna use this example 5, yeah, I'm just gonna teach you the basics, man. Like I'm getting old, man. I'm getting too old for this shit. Like die hard. Okay, then I'm gonna compare him with Ayra. So this is a level 1 analysis. So let me just compare. Ayra, everybody wants Ayra. Maisie Williams is the shit. I gotta mean I love it like that, I gotta closer. 24. Then inf defense, inf health, inf defense. When I closer, we gotta do it like that. So, how much is it? Give me a minute. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. 24 plus 14. 24. 24 plus 15. I'm not gonna be anal about 1.39%. Inf health, she gets 18%. Then infantry defense, she gets 48 plus 18. To be that girl, you gotta mean, oh. Okay, so this is how you compare to. So at the start of the what you're gonna compare, you unlock your Notepad 2020, and by right, this exercise needs Excel spreadsheet 2020, but BubbleteaS is gonna teach you the concept and you guys explore. So this is what I'm comparing. So Chris and Ayra, and after I get the information, you can basically take out all the plus, so you just need the final figures. All this is just cannon fodder at the end of the day. Yeah, 66, just for prosperity purpose. Yeah, I'm just gonna make it like a line. So 13, 1866. Okay, so this is what you're comparing to. So at first glance, then after you get the information of the two commanders you want, you put a sideline. So for full infantry, essentially Chris gives 66, then health, so 66. So we're gonna do my basic formula, like if you never watch, I'm gonna assume that you guys don't watch my video, like, because I don't have hubris. So attack is 8 points, health is 4, and defense is 2. This is not proven, but it's generally the ratio that I use when I do evaluation. Okay, let me see whether I can finish this. Okay, so Chris, total net value gives me shit, let me put out a calculator. So you do this analysis. This is just part 1. It's gonna be a long video, man. I'm gonna try to rush it as fast as possible. Yeah. 792 plus 18x2. Oh, 9. Chris, it gives me 828 value. Then ayra, same shit, just need to calculate again. So let's do 39 times 8 plus day and all night. Say, ooh, I love it when you do it like that. 384 plus 6x2. So 516. Yeah, it's 516. Okay, so for a full full infantry lineup, Chris is definitely better than ayra, regardless of what. Yeah. So after looking at this, right, if based on commander for a full infantry line, Chris is definitely distinctively better. Cause like if you're putting like ayra in the full infantry line, then it's like she gets 39 attack when Chris gets 66. It's full inf. Her total attack can be written as inf attack. It's the same shit. So like Chris edges out ayra in a full infantry. But wait, this is not the only thing that you should be taking note. So when you do your evaluation, it's always good to take into account the formation that you'll be attacking on. So for example, my full infantry right now is this. Don't scream, I'm just mucking around. So when you look at this, you must look at other things that synergizes with your ayra. So in my full infantry line, I got Layla. So Layla gives a chance for ayra to proc twice or something. So you're gonna ask me like, hey Bubbles, how do I evaluate this? So it's simple. You look at ayra's level 4. And you see it's, I'm not gonna read the Vala Mogoles, like, yeah, so if it triggers more, you get the attack more. So if the active skill is triggered, you attack more, then Layla causes it to proc more than times, then it deals damage based on commander damage. Then for what you do in this situation is you assign it a fictitious value. So if you look at these combinations, due to the fact that Layla, my math here, I will include 10% attack because ayra is aggressive commander, so I'll assign it's about 10% because assuming she triggers more and whatnot. Then this is the synergy that ayra has. So Chris also has a level 4, but it's basically adding defense and stuff. You can take that into account, but you're looking at the main gist of things. So if you do this, 10 is a relatively good number if you're the medium on the server. If you're the strongest on the server, you can assign it 15, and if you're the weakest on the server, you can assign it 5. So you just play with the range, but generally I feel that 20 to 5 is a good range. So I'm gonna assume that I'm the medium range, so I'm just gonna assign 10 or 15 or 15. Then when I do the math, 15 times 8 is 120. It's still Chris edges out, you know. But let's say if your infantry lineup you have Selma, then you also get your ayra gets to trigger one time at the start. So you, with that information, you add another 5, 10. So this is how you evaluate your commander, your lines. So after using this evaluation, Chris is still distinctively better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove Ayra. And even though Ayra synergizes with Layla, but the synergy isn't enough to compensate for the stats that you lost when you're attacking in full infantry. So you must always learn to evaluate. Then there's another question, is Chris or Haley better? So Haley, if you look at her, let's take a look at Haley, man. So Awakening is a moon goddess, so blanks or infantry. She's a female. She has 48 less defense than Ayra, but Chris is still superior. Then you compare Haley with Ayra. So I will not do that comparison online, but if I'm doing this comparison, due to Haley level 4 being a defensive skill, I add about 20% health to infantry health. So my evaluation of her, instead of like 18, I'll give her 38, because like her level 4 is basically a defensive skill. So the only skill that this thing is really hard to assess is your Cersei. But if you have Cersei level 4, I'm gonna assume you're not interested in my video. Then Jaime Lannister is also a conditional trigger. If you have all the stuff, then you add about 20 to his level 4. But if you don't have follow-up, you don't have a heal trigger, you shouldn't be adding that 20. So all this stuff that you should be keeping in mind. Okay, like you can look at level 4 Haley, but generally when you assess a commander, you need to do this stat breakdown. Then after doing this stat breakdown, you go into the formation. So then you go like full inf, you're losing 200 points if you switch Ayra with Chris. Yeah, switch Chris with Ayra, that's correct. Yeah. Then you go to, then what about, let's say if I'm attacking with Imp Spear, then Chris loses value, but there's still a calculation to do. So Chris now is when you calculate line 1 total value, line 2 total value, then you divide by 2 to get the average value, and then you access, because like if you're adding Ayra to a Imp Spear lineup, you're still getting the benefit of the health, but suddenly your this figure is multiplied by 2. But when you multiply by 2, you have to take the average, or when you know your composition is 70-25. This is very heavy stuff though. But generally, when I evaluate like who am I gonna unlock, okay, I'm gonna show you guys an example why I did this video today. So if you look at my commanders, my Selma is at level 4, and I have enough tokens to awaken her to levels 4. But I am at 600 lah, I know 40 lah, I'll save that within 8 days, not issue. Then the new next commander awakening, I'm gonna have to do the exact same thing as what I'm teaching you guys now. Then to evaluate whether I want to unlock Selma level 4 or I want to unlock the new commander level 4. Yes, the level 4 is not a direct figure, but you can put fictitious numbers, or you think of a rough conservative estimate, which makes sense to me. Then after you calculate the value of this, you go to your lineup. So lineup improve. So for example, Selma versus XX. So I'm taking full spear, full calf, and spear calf, or calf spear. Then I will compare Selma's value and versus the whatever new commander, and I'll see whether which line that I'm currently have is at X amount. If I put Selma in, I'll get increased. But Selma is a very special creature, so if I have Selma in a lineup, well, let's say like my full calf, I switch this guy to Selma. I said, ooh, I got a minute, do it like that, a minute. So when I do this, I have to keep in mind that Selma buffs my Lena and Layla, so I have to add 5 to this. So I'll use like the calculation that I showed just now to evaluate like what commander should you awaken. So like people keep asking like, hey, should I awaken Drake or Jamie? Jamie is a special case. Do you have the triggers for Jamie? If not, awaken Drake. Or do you have Ansel? If you have Ansel that can trigger Jamie, then you do the comparison. Jamie level 4 is also very distinct in the sense that you can take it as plus 20, plus 30 because it's really, the weakness really procs. Because you get attack reduction and attack plus. Or you can assign in 10, 20, but these are the type of things that when you evaluate like what commander should you get, don't just follow blindly what people say. Look at the commander. Does it improve your lines, and by how much? You're not going to spend $1,000 just to improve your cav attack by 5%. That's retarded. Always do this analysis and find what commander or who should you awaken. I'm gonna do the exact same thing when Selma and the new commander gets awakened, and I see which one of them I want to take to level 4, or taking both to level 3 will help increase specific lines. Okay, so it's been 60 minutes. I managed to cram all the what I want to say in this video. I hope you enjoy it. BubbleteaS signing out. And before I end, attack 842 is just what I learned, that what I feel that the stats is beneficial. Yes, infant health is now 5 or 6. It's really true, but it's all my individual preference. Use your own experience to draw your own conclusions. Thank you. BubbleteaS signing out.